still suck at Garden Warfare 2. Here are 7 more pro tips to help you get better at the game. Ready? Go!
Are you using Turbo Twister for its damage? If you said yes, sadly that's not how you use this ability. Let's learn how to use it. Using the Turbo Twister ability, Super Brains gains an increase in movement speed and a 50% damage reduction for 5 seconds. With this in mind, a Turbo Twister's best uses are for approaching and running away from battle. If you are using it to approach, feel free to move side to side, making it harder to shoot you. While if you're using it to run away, simply just run away. A bonus tip from this user would be, due to your 50% damage reduction, you're even able to tank a full beam bomb explosion. There is also one more Turbo Twister use, being removing any fire damage. If you are on fire by any of these characters, you can use Turbo Twister to remove the fire damage effect. Try using Turbo Twister with this mindset next time you use Super Brains. Usually, if you're using Heal Beam as Scientist or Sunflower, you're healing your teammates like this. However, what if I told you there was a faster method? To perform this increased healing technique, hold down your interaction button, if that is your X button on Xbox, square on PS4, or E on PC. Then spam your heal beam ability. If you're doing this correctly, you will notice your healing rate is increased by a very high amount. Here's a side-by-side comparison of normal healing and then spam healing. This requires the Bling Pylon Mech ability that can be purchased through Rux's store. This strategy is performed by using one of Pylon Imp's mechs, and upon death respawn to the Bling Pylon Mech. This strategy's main purpose is to reduce the cooldown for your next mech ability, allowing for faster mechs. Here's the difference if you were to fully wait rather than doing this tech. Normally, if you're using a spray chomper, you would think holding down your primary is the quickest way to kill zombies. However, that's just not the case. Let's do some tech. Instead of just holding down the spray primary, spam your primary button as if you were playing a Wallopy. It may not look like it, but this will increase your damage DPS heavily. This tech works on the following chompers: Fire Chomper, a Power Chomper, a Toxic Chomper, and Chomp Thing. A Captain Squawk's primary isn't very good, having a very weak damage per second. But what if we included a little technique? If a plant is in front of you, spam your primary button just like the spray chomper tech. But when you've done enough damage with your flamethrower, press your zoom in button for a split second, then automatically release. What we just performed was the spray chomper tech, but including in a little extra, being Captain Squawk's sniper shot. This gives Captain Squawk a way faster kill time rather than if he were to just hold down his flamethrower. Thank you to this user for showing me this Captain Squawk tech. Thank you to the comments section correcting me regarding the max FOV. The real max FOV is actually 130. Here's the difference between 120 and 130. Oh, and also, if you set your FOV to 200, for some reason you're just super zoomed in. So if anyone wants to play like this, I guess you can? Oh, also, if you'd like to learn how to change your FOV, I mentioned how to in part 2 of the Pro Tip series. In part 2 of this series, I showcased how to bean jump, which is a tech for the pea shooter that allows him to jump super high into the air. However, this is another pea shooter tech called a bean surfing. It's quite similar to bean jumping, but a little different. Instead of launching you into the air, this tech propels you forward at a faster distance. To perform this tech, it's again similar to bean jumping. Activate hyper, run forward, jump, bean bomb, But this time when you throw your beam bomb, let go of all movement options while also looking down. After all of that, spam the jump button and you should result in something like this. This tech is a little trickier than beam jumping, so if you're struggling with this tech, feel free to just learn how to beam jump, which is a little easier. Huge shout out to again this user for showcasing how to do this tech. Well, that's part 3 of this series. If you're enjoying this series, subscribe. That's my main way of knowing to continue making videos like this, and it also motivates me since a big number is pretty cool. Any questions regarding any tech in this video, please ask down below. I will try my best to help you in any way. Well, see you in the next one.